Alright, so here's my last one. It's against Esper Control. Um, they keep. I had to mulligan. Crap, I didn't get to see what it was. Oh well. But I have a whir, so I'm feeling pretty good. There was a Mox opal on top, so I put it on the bottom, and of course, draw an opal. So I know there's only so many ways that they have to win. I'm guessing that they're, which Esper Control they're playing. So I go for the Pixis to start exiling all sorts of stuff. So go ahead and whir for 3 right now before they can try to counter it. And they do have a Jace. Oh, they disconnected they lost connection and came back. Now the good thing about Jace is I do have a Witchbane. So I'll play the Witchbane. So rather than use the Brainstorm, they start using Jace to build up towards the ultimate, if I remember correctly. I'm guessing because what they want to do here is just bounce the Witchbane and then ultimate immediately. Because if they Brainstorm, that's just going to buy me time to get what I need to shut off Jace. So here I was considering milling myself for the Academy Ruins. Of course, the other plan is get back the whir with my shredder, go whir for a needle, shut off Jace. So I go get that whir. And I was thinking about whether or not I want to use Bobble to draw an extra card. But I didn't want to because I don't want to take damage if I didn't need to. So go ahead and whir for the needle. And between Bobble and Pixis, I can probably dig to a whatchamacallit. Now they decided to go ahead and concede, even though they have what's the name of that card? Search for his Conta. And yeah, I'm guessing they didn't have the outs they needed. So game 2, they do have the outs they need. And I keep it because I have the Lantern Lock, if I remember correctly. I decided in all of my discard. Shut off explosives immediately. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to play the Pixis and whatnot now because I want to play around discard spells. So they try to make me shuffle away that bridge, if I remember correctly. So I'm really setting myself up to get blown out by engineered explosives. I did sight in all of my needles, though. So my mistake here is I should have played needle and named engineered explosives. So that's a huge misplay on my behalf. Because I should have known they do not have Jace, or else they would have played Jace. So this is a huge misplay on my behalf right here. This is funny. I asked to grab the cryptic, and then I'm like, oh, wait, I can't grab cryptic. Shit. So I grabbed the Snapcaster because Surgical's not going to be doing a whole heck of a lot. At best, it's going to make me shuffle. So this is the turn where it really comes up. So go ahead and grab the surgical. And they go for the bounce and blow me out. So I don't want them to have that gifts ungiven, so I make them shuffle. I do want to have that whir. And since I do have Needle back in my hand, I know I can Needle the Field of Ruin and rebuild with Academy of Ruins. I just need to not die. Unfortunately, I am going to die. Because they can force me to play the whir right now. So I whir for my choice here is Lantern, because my only hope is that they have a dead card on top. If I don't have a bridge on top, I make myself shuffle. If I do have a bridge, then I can lay a bridge and then I can rebuild. So that's my only hope here. Unfortunately, they do have a card on top of a Cryptic, if I remember correctly. So I can both keep them off Cryptic and make myself shuffle into a bridge. So I lose. See, a huge misplay there. If I just doubled up on the needles on explosives, I probably would have just won. So again, I set it in all my discard, and I do have a natural lock in hand. And of course, there's the explosives. Crap. So I was really contemplating here what to do. I needed to make sure that Needle resolves so I can shut off explosives. And I want to build the lock and lay the bridge. So what I'm thinking here is if they shuffle, then it shuffles away the explosives. So if I play Brutality, they shuffle away explosives. And if they counter Brutality, they get rid of a counter. If they don't counter Brutality, they don't shuffle, they draw that, I get rid of a counter, I lay Needle naming explosives, and then I follow it up with the lock. So that's what I end up going for. So I get the negate because the Logic Knot, I'm paying attention to their lands here. They don't have 3 blue, and it's going to be, they're going to have to specifically fetch for double blue if they want to be able to play Logic Knot. And they don't have black, so that means they'd have to search for a blue black or blue white or blue black or white black. Either way, that's not good for them. So they didn't let this resolve. I'll name the explosives, of course. Follow it up, and I'm giving them an opportunity to try to shuffle up, but they really want that discard spell. It looks like, I think, I don't remember. No. They just don't counter it. I think they're holding the counter for whatever. They do get a Cryptic on top, and I'm going to mill the crap out of that card. I'm not too worried about Lingering Souls. It's a super slow clock. So they fetched for a black-white source. That means they cannot do Logic Knot immediately. But they don't know that I have a bridge in hand. So they're going to make me shuffle the bridge on top away. And I am okay with that. We will both mill. I don't really need the Inquisition. I already know everything in my opponent's hand. And my plan here is to keep them off of mana. Because if they don't have mana, they can't really use Snapcaster. They can't play Teferi. They can't play Gifts. All these cards are pretty much dead. And they need to be able to Cryptic. And so if I can just keep them off of the mana, then I win. They cited in Damping Sphere, I'm guessing, to try to slow down my ability to empty my hand, but... And that's it. because the best play they have now is to snap and try to use opt to hit a land. But then even if they do that, I still control the rest of the top decks, and the best they can do is gifts. In which case, they have a gift stack that's even good? So probably not, and they concede.